We have had a doozy of a day.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Johnny!
Welcome to the horror basement, where we fucking A. Ugh. That was wrong. I was going to say where we serve up horror all over the land. Like that's already the fucking end of it. Jesus.
And we're done.
Yeah, we're done. Have a good day, guys. Yeah.
3-minute podcast.
No, welcome to the horror basement. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny, and we have Jim Jam and Angela here with us.
Jim Jam here.
And we are serving up horror all over the land like biscuits and gravy. Yeti is not here with us. He is with his family in Oklahoma, so we hope he's doing well. Hope he's having a good time visiting with them. I can understand, you know, he goes out there once a year, so might as well spend time with them, you know. Plus, he had shitty internet. He would have been on. He would have taken the time out for us. And for you, the fans. But today, we have a lot of news today. We're going to discuss Cinestate and their fucked up shit that they've been doing, or that they've done. And then the movie of the week is Humanoids from the Deep.
AKA Monster.
Yeah, AKA Monster. But how are y'all doing? Did y'all have a good week? A couple weeks, you know? I've been doing pretty good.
I had to go to work. That sucked.
Well, everything's back to normal for us. I mean, going to work, I had a family dinner yesterday with my aunts and uncles, my mom's side of the family. We went out to eat, and like we do the second Saturday of every month, meet up. I tell you, I grilled out this morning at like 8:30. So,
Grilling out breakfast.
Yeah, and it was already fucking hot. It was already hot. I was already sweating my ass off. Angela over there freezing to death. We're down here in Tennessee, and it's fucking 80 degrees at 8:30. And, you know, you're by a fire, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm fat. That don't help with high blood pressure. But, yeah, so I try to get that done before it got too hot. So I've had a pretty damn good weekend. I'll tell you.
Nice.
Pretty good weekend. But a really good weekend.
I'm still on vacation till next week, sadly, and then I guess we're 12-hour days and all days off canceled. So I know there's a lot of people who haven't had days off since last month. So
wow.
Not looking forward to that. And I actually have to be really careful because I'm a high risk. So I'm still avoiding people, and not just for COVID, but for hepatitis and any respiratory infection. I can catch it like nobody's business. So I have to be really careful.
Yeah, so the flu season really sucks for you.
Yeah.
Which I guess it's a full year of flu season now.
Yeah.
Respiratory issues with COVID.
Looks like I got to stay home.
Yeah. We're going to have to get a doctor's vote and get disability.
Oh, darn.
Sorry, I can't. Oh, darn. Yeah. That was
So COVID's putting people on the disability list now, huh?
I tell you, we went back to work, and it wasn't a bad work week. It's exactly how I expected it to be. Hot for the most part.
Having to wear a mask.
Having to wear a mask, but the machine's not running right because you can't shut them fucking machines down for 2 months and come back and expect them to just be fucking running good because they don't run good on a daily basis, but when they're shut down for 2 months, they really don't run good. So it was like an easy week, but it's fucking hot. And wearing a mask in a plant where it's hot.
Oh, so hard to breathe. It's probably easily 100 and some degrees in there for you, I would think.
Yeah, well, they got AC.
Okay.
So, but in where I work, Jim Jam's area, he got it cooler than I got it. But after lunch, it doesn't matter. The fucking AC don't matter after lunch. After it hits noon, it's the fucking sun's over.
Well, didn't you say he works in an air-conditioned trailer behind a desk?
No.
I wish.
Yeah, he wishes.
I need to find that job.
Wouldn't that be fucking nice? Just a trailer with air conditioning. He'd be over there. Oh, what's this shit? But we hope everybody's doing well, and hope
I had a good
staying.
weekend too. Fuck you, Johnny.
Well, you wasn't talking, so I didn't expect you.
Well, I was waiting everybody to get done. I was going to, yeah, go ahead. Never mind. Don't worry about me.
No, go ahead. How was your week, Jim Jam?
Sucked.
Okay.
Moving on.
No, the weekend made it better though. You know, like I just got back from we just got back from Fall Creek Falls, so I watched the kids swim because it was in like a big creek, and it was running water, so it's very cold. So I was damn sure not getting in there. I watched everybody else swim though.
Warm it is outside though here in Tennessee. Like you're getting in 50 or well, not 50 degree, probably 65, 70 degree water.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It was cold. My son come and touched me after being in there, and he was like a popsicle. So.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it probably was. Could have been in the low 60s.
Now, if it was like a lake that just sat still, it'd probably be like 70 degrees.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of nice getting back to a routine though. In a way, I'm gonna miss the money on my paycheck.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, we all knew this shit was gonna happen.
Mommy, I just miss staying at home.
Yeah, I mean, my cat didn't miss me. I'll tell you that.
I was gonna say. Tucker had your car keys in hand and everything, waiting for you at the door.
There you go, buddy.
Here's a funny story. I'll do a cat tale real quick. The first day he didn't give a shit. The second day I come home, I feed him, and I feed him on top of the counter because it's just easier. And I went to the bedroom because I'm off work. I'm changing clothes. I'm going to take a shower. He comes in there, I walk out the room into my bedroom. Meow, meow. Like, what, dude? What? And he turns around, so I follow him, and he goes back into the kitchen. I have to pick him up, set him on the counter, and stand there for a little bit so that he could fucking eat with me in the kitchen. Yeah, because he was like, I don't want you to leave the room right now. You left 2 hours. Yeah, so... Yeah.
You should have left the room again and seen what happened.
Oh, he probably would have. He would have come back. I know. That's just. He's like, nah, man. Yeah, well, he's like, I want you in the room with me, but I don't want you touching me.
Yeah. Nice.
Like, I just want you there. Like, and that's how he is. Like, with sleeping, I can't take a nap because he'll come in there and knock shit off my dresser.
Mm-hmm. I have one that does that.
So I close the bedroom door.
Yeah, I have to shut the bedroom door because of that shit. Because he wants to sleep in the living room with me in it.
Oh, he won't claw at your bedroom door? We're not allowed to close doors in this house, per the cat.
Only he will, if I sleep too late, he will lay by the door and he will front paw it.
Uh-huh.
And be like, boom, 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 boom. And wake you up. He's like, dude, I need fucking wet food. I got the dry food. Fuck that shit. Where's my wet food?
Yeah.
But otherwise, he don't really paw at the door. And if he does, I don't hear him. Maybe I'm asleep.
Nope.
Okay, that's cat tail, and we'll get all that out of the way. Let's start off with the first news story. This is from what the fuck is that? Tim 8 Classic Rock. I don't know. Anyways, maybe I read that wrong. But Dee Snider working on powerfully disturbing horror movie. So Dee Snider is working on a movie, My Enemy's Enemy. And it's based on a real life crime spree that took place in his native Long Island in 1982. So, Angela, you know more about this than I do. Correct.
I just know the article went on to say that he's described it as powerfully disturbing. He wouldn't speak any further about it, as to what case he's referring to, but I guess back in May in 1982, there were 5 young men who entered 3 separate locations on Long Island, and they had terrorized more than 100 people and committed dozens of sexual assaults and thefts, and they were convicted of 817 crimes.
Good God.
Yeah, that's a lot, So the way it's worded is kind of strange. I didn't have time to research it further. But when they say they entered 3 homes on separate locations and 100 people, they make it sound like there's 100 people in just 3 homes. But obviously,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys see 1998 Strangeland?
No.
Yeah,
No?
I saw that. That was pretty wild.
I don't think I have. Yeah, but I don't know.
Didn't he? Was that actually him doing the swinging in the? Oh wow! So he was into that, huh?
Well, for the movie's sake and stuff.
He did that just for the movie. Like, did he really?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know the details of that. I didn't look that up. Had I known, I would have researched it just to confirm. Because it is such an old movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. If he did the S&M type scenes himself, I'm sure there's a lot of makeup effects as well. It's always interesting when directors decide to venture out. You get definitely some really weird things, and then you get some good things. I know if Yeti was here, he would agree with me that Rob Zombie puts out some amazing films. So, but since he's not here, I'll speak for him. So yeah, Rob Zombie being one of our favorites.
That's funny.
He has a wall attributed to Rob Zombie, like he's just like a shrine. He fucking loves him.
I agree, and he should. He should.
He let Rob Zombie autograph his man boob too.
Yeah.
He's in love not being here.
Yeah, you know what? I think if this is what the premise is on, it'll be interesting. But let's face it, we also get some directors / music artists who tend to go off the deep end, and it's distorted. It just comes out poorly, and their budget sometimes can be poor too. And especially if they're going to do it all themselves, it helps to have someone else with an editing eye. So, I mean, I'm thinking of one in particular, Danzig. So, with his movie and everything, I don't know.
Danzig?
Yeah.
I've never seen his movie.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
What movie was that?
Oh God, everybody's probably screaming it. It starts with a V. It's based off of his comic book.
I have no clue. I haven't kept up with Danzig. I think he had one song that I listened to. Was it Mother? Is that him? Was that Danzig? Was that Danzig?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only fucking thing I know about Danzig. Like, absolutely the only thing. But they did say that what if when this crime was happening and Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees showed up, someone who was more evil, but he didn't want to give away a whole lot of detail in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently he's going to have someone that's fucking just even more crazy show up and probably fuck up these people that are committing these crimes, is what I imagine. Yeah. Or along with them, and then they blame all them. They blame the 5 people or the 3 or how many other people he's going to have in the movie.
It's just loosely based off of, like you said, just kind of taking the idea of the crime and then adding his own twist to it. So, which is fine too, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, let's, we'll move into the Halloween TV show. Is supposedly or reportedly in the works for Netflix. I don't know much about this. Jim Jam sent this over.
Saw it.
Well, This has been Malik Akkad. He's the producer of a few of the Halloween movies, and basically, it's the only thing that's ever made him money, like the H2O and a few of the others. He's been talking about this for a while now, about bringing it to the small screen. But then thankfully we had Blumhouse and Ryan Turek, who actually really care about horror movies. They brought Halloween the movies to us, and we have 2 more to come. I'm not sure. So originally, when they had first started, Dimension had owned the rights to Halloween. And after Rob Zombie's movie, they were going to do what was called 3D sequel to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So, but then that got canceled, and Dimension had lost the rights. So he's been saying this, like I said, for a few years now. But the problem is would they wouldn't have Laurie, and all of that, but it would obviously Michael Myers would be in it, and where it would fit in the timeline and stuff. Not really sure, but if they were to do it kind of like how Carpenter had originally wanted to do Halloween, where each movie took place on Halloween, but it was a different story each time, that would be interesting. But we all know that Halloween wasn't well received when it first came out because it didn't have Michael Myers in it, although I do think it's definitely a good one. The problem is horror does not seem to do well on TV for some reason, and I don't know why. I know Hannibal, I love that, and that didn't last long.
Exorcist didn't last long either, did it?
The Exorcist didn't last long. Damien didn't last long. The Omen, I think they called it Damien or something. That lasted a season.
Why did The Walking Dead last so long, man? That's just one of those rare things. The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. Well, that's because it was a zombie. It was a drama. Like you could. To me, Walking Dead had characters, that people started liking. I didn't like The Walking Dead. I watched season 1 and part of season 2, and it just wasn't for me. But to each their own.
The comic books are really good. I've followed them.
I haven't read any of them, so
yeah.
And I guess I'm just a Walking Dead fan, But I tried to watch it. I tried real hard. It was tough. It was real fucking tough. Just getting where I got.
I still watch it, so I've stuck with it.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people don't like it, and some people do.
Yeah.
But like this right here, it's just like the Scream when it went to which I'm not a big Scream fan. Like that's that's not. I wasn't. I'm not a die-hard fan for them, but I'm not a die-hard fan for most things. But I wouldn't watch a TV show of it. You know what I'm saying? And Halloween, I would not watch a TV show of it because I don't want to see a drawn-out fucking Halloween movie that's 13 episodes. I don't want to watch a 13-hour Halloween movie.
Well, so I know I was a huge fan of Stand Against Evil, and that was Dana Gould's show that he wrote and did. I think it was on Independent Film Channel, I think. But then also, I really enjoyed Ash versus Evil Dead. And even Evil Dead has a huge following, and that didn't last beyond 3 seasons. And so, and I love Halloween. So I just don't see that. I feel like it's more about money than anything, especially when we have the movies already. I don't think it's one that would play well on the small screen.
And my thing is like he says, nowadays we all know TV is pulling out ahead, like of theatrical. Like you said, it's about money. Like he's thinking, well, if we put this on TV, but no one wants to see it on a weekly basis. Like granted, Sabrina, on Netflix does really well, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
but it was already a TV show that people kind of knew, and it's a totally different take on Sabrina. And I really enjoy Sabrina. Like, I really enjoy that. But Halloween is just like, that's a movie to me. That's a theatrical release. That's something I go to the movies and watch. Mm-hmm. I enjoy it for 2 hours, 2.5, whatever they want to make it for, you know. But I don't know. What are you going to do?
Stranger Things. You know, Stranger Things works great as a show, but I don't know if I'd really want to see a movie of it. I mean, sure, you're getting very well produced, you know, shows that are hitting that HBO or that, you know, Netflix puts out some, and, you know, but that's completely different, you know. So it works in that format, but you got to think about what you're putting out there, and I just don't think it would translate as well.
I don't either, because like Preacher, I don't know if you ever watched Preacher on AMC.
Yes,
loved it. And it ended in 5 seasons, which it needed to. You know, like, it don't need to carry on. It was great. Nosferatu's coming back on next week, or this coming up weekend. This coming Sunday, after this podcast comes out. It's coming back on. I'm looking forward to it. Here's a little detail. I watched the trailer. Her baby, it's going to be like 5 or 6 years in the future.
Yeah. Well, have you read the book?
Pregnant. No.
Okay, the book's good.
Come on. I don't read.
Well, Audible.
Yeti's not here, Angela. Yeti is not here. My motto is don't read the book before you watch the fucking movie, because it's going to ruin the movie.
Well, Preacher was great, and the Preacher comic books. It's. I think I have them all. I think, what is it, about 6 in the set? I mean, they're great comic books, you know. Again, that works great. They you know, wanted to cut it off. They're like, yeah, this is when we're doing it. Okay, that was a great show. It'll be interesting to see how Nosferatu, you know, how that plays out too. I liked the first season. Wasn't bad at all. I enjoyed it.
I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I didn't read the book, so it doesn't ruin it for me personally. You know, I just like the whole. It's new to me. Yeah. Christmas Land. He's an energy vampire, you could say. You know, he sucks the life out of youth to become youthful, and it's just like, oh, this is cool. I like this. Now, when she got pregnant, I was kind of like, oh, I think they done fucked up on this. You know,
it's like I said, the book plays out kind of like where you ended, where she's rescued, you know, when she gets away, and then you like start the second half of the book. So, and it jumps forward a little bit and stuff. So
I bet you this will be like a 5-season deal too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they've planned.
You think they could stretch it out? I'm just saying, you think they could stretch it out past 5 seasons after you've read the book?
I don't even think they could get 5 seasons out of it, to be quite honest. But
because it moved really fast through that first season. In 13 episodes, which is kind of nice, though. I mean, you know, you don't have to sit around for 26 episodes and see how a season's going on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's kind of satisfying in that way. I don't know. But Halloween TV show.
I still say What We Do in the Shadows, must watch. This season's fabulous.
What We Do in the Shadows. What is that?
Oh, you never saw the movie? It's not. You don't have to see the movie to see the TV show. I can't recommend it enough. It's on FX, and you can also watch it on Hulu.
Okay, I'll put it on the watch list.
Check it out.
Isn't that a horror comedy?
Yes, it's fabulous. By the guys who wrote. They're from New Zealand. They starred in the actual movie. They're fabulous. Everybody's great in it.
Speaking of indie horror, I know we're getting off subject here, but this is what we do on occasion. On occasion, we do this. I watched Hogzilla, guys.
Yes. Thanks to Darcy.
No. I think I've seen that fucking movie. I really believe I've seen that movie before.
But it's never been out, right?
I don't know. That could be a farce because it's like, man, I was watching, I was like, did we get a fucking thing on this? Like,
no, we didn't.
God damn. There's another movie out there that's just as bad, I guess. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
That was a lot of fun, though. Darcy did a good job with bringing it. Darcy, the mail girl, did a good job bringing that out, and I don't know if it was ever officially released. I remember him talking about it a while back, saying that he was in this movie, but he didn't think anything came of it. You couldn't get a cut of it or anything. So, I mean, they got it from the director.
I don't know. It felt really familiar, like really, really familiar. Watching, I was just like, maybe it's deja vu. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who knows? Like, but
Did it remind you of Boar?
No,
Boar
no.
Is good.
Jimmy
I
didn't
like
like.
I
thought it was decent. I didn't mind Boar. I mean, what are you going to do with the massive ass hog? It's not going to look good, with a low budget.
Yeah, but it was, the actors were good in it. I really liked the blonde girl who ran the bar, and then I really like, obviously, Bill Moseley's in it. It's always fun to see him in a movie. So I enjoyed it.
When he pushed Bill Moseley down and ran away, it was just so fucking funny. I was just like, dude, that's fucking cold. Plus, you got
right?
Exaggerated Australian lingo and talk. It's just, Boar was, but Hogzilla just, the motherfucking Marine was out there wearing fucking winter fucking, snow camo in the fucking woods.
That's a great example. That's a great movie to have on the last drive-in because everybody's around. Or if you're with friends, you guys can laugh. You make fun of it, whatever. That would
have been great just to sit there with someone next to you and just be like, "This motherfucker's wearing like fucking snow camo. He's in the fucking Everglades in Florida."
Well, that's just like that newest Tremor movie they filmed in South Africa. It was supposed to be, it was in sand dunes, and it was supposedly like in Canada.
Yeah, it's supposed to be snow. Yeah.
They just put like a blue filter. Yeah.
We're getting way off subject on a lot of things here today. Way to go, Yeti.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
Yeah, we can blame it on Yeti.
Yeah. Oh, me. Let's go into the unsolved mysteries. Going to Netflix, of course. But y'all know how in debt Netflix is. Like, they don't make money. Y'all know this, right?
Yeah, I'm confused. Well, I don't know how much they make off their subscriptions that they keep raising, but
they're spending billions on fucking these shows, and they're not making money. Like, they're making money, but they're not making enough to cover. So when's it gonna fucking crash? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so Netflix is coming this July. Was it July 1st? Why am I fucking going blank?
Yeah, July 1st.
July 1st, yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah. They're doing they ordered 12 episodes, but they got the first 6, and they're going to show the first 6. But here is the fucking disappointing part to this to me. There's no host. I read in an article, there's no host, and they're only going to focus on one story on each episode. So it's a freaking true crime show with the Unsolved Mysteries name attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have a 1-800 number that you can call.
Who's going to talk to you? There ain't going to be no host.
No, it's just going to be a true crime show. Just with they've got the names of the 6 shows that they're going to put out.
Since Netflix is just giving out shows, they might as well give us some money to get a show up and going.
Yeah. But what are y'all's feelings of no host?
Sucks.
I mean, I'm sure they'll have some form of an announcer. You just won't see him in front of the camera. It'll be like a Bill Curtis behind
somebody to narrate.
Yeah, just narrating it. But you know what? If I want to watch that, I'm going to watch the ID channel.
Yeah,
because they know how to do it.
Yeah, and that's what's so disappointing. Like, you're just attaching a name to garner attention.
Yeah.
But people grew up with this. Angela, I don't know how much. I don't know about you and Unsolved Mysteries. We've talked about it on Beyond the Basement a lot.
Yes. Oh, yes, I watched it.
But I mean, it was my first introduction, pretty much, to real talk about aliens and real talk about ghosts, and not a comical or a condescending way.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was.
Mine was Leonard Nimoy's In Search of, and then Unsolved Mysteries and stuff came.
I've never even heard of it, In Search of.
Oh wow, it was on Sundays for me. So.
Oh, my parents didn't watch it then. See, that I only watched it because we had one TV in the house.
Uh-huh.
This was the 80s, Like,
oh
yeah. The one TV, whatever the parents are watching. If you want to watch TV at night before you go to bed, we was in there on the floor with a blanket, laying on the floor watching TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It says 77.
I'm kind of disappointed. Like, with reading all that, it's kind of like, why would I watch it?
Well, to me, yeah, it doesn't. What's the point of having a phone number? This isn't like, Joe Walsh, or Joe Walsh. She's, Walsh is Jesus. But it's a music show. With the crime show where, have you seen this person? Here it is. Call us. So just putting out a show to put out a show, like you said, to grab attention, garner attention and stuff. Pretty lame. Lack of original.
So you think the phone number will be just for them to call in and leave their stories or something, and they're going to have someone act them out?
Call in if you know about the crime.
Well, that's what I mean.
So it's good for the families. Like, that'll benefit the families of someone that's been murdered or kidnapped, and that'll be good for them.
Is that what it's going to be about? Is it going to be like about crimes and missing people, or is it going to be about extraterrestrials, Bigfoot, and all that?
Well, one was about someone that's Spanish. That's 13 minutes. Mystery on the Rooftop. May 2008 day.
That sounds like it could be an alien thing or something.
Disappeared.
So true crime, probably.
French police discovered the wife and 4 children of Count Xavier Dupont de Ligeux buried under the back porch of their home. So, I mean, it's going to be a little bit. It looks like there's a lot of people that never return home.
So pretty much, it's going to be America's Most Wanted with an Unsolved Mysteries name.
Yeah. And like Berkshire UFO mystery, and then missing witness. Man, it just disappoints me because there's so much out there right now, and you could talk to so many people and have so many and help and benefit so many people in this show, which I guess it would cost more. Like, because you got to fly out, you got to and do this and that, and a lot more research. And they're already putting so much money into all these other shows. But they pretty much bought the name and attached it to a true crime show.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think it's always great if you're doing something like unsolved cases,
Yeah.
However, on Netflix, I just feel like it's kind of a bad format. I mean, your regular local shows or channels are what's good for shows like that, I feel like, because they're new every week, and if you're only putting out 6 shows, then I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird for Netflix to pick up.
Well, this one right here, we'll just go with Mystery on the Rooftop. Newlywed Ray Rivera was found in an abandoned conference room at Baltimore's historic Belvedere Hotel in May 2006. 8 days after he mysteriously disappeared, while the Baltimore police maintained that the 32-year-old committed suicide by jumping from the hotel's roof, the medical examiner declared Ray's death unexplained. Many, including his devastated wife, Allison suspected foul play. So, what are you going to get out of that? I mean, maybe somebody's seen something, I guess, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll benefit his family, you know. I don't know.
Sure.
But they could have done a different show and not have Unsolved Mysteries attached to it.
Well, they're just trying to catch.
Yeah, you're just garnering attention.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I'm pretty disappointed, though, there's no host, and it's not going to be like Unsolved Mysteries. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Been awesome to have Morgan Freeman as a host.
Yeah, I mean, we could have Morgan Freeman, damn it. Or who was you saying would be a good host? The other guy, Jimmy, with the deep voice. He played in the Big.
Oh yeah, he plays in the Ranch. He played in
guy
the guy
who Hitler and Bigfoot.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Samuel Elliott. Just because he's got a really deep voice.
And he's got an awesome mustache.
Who would not want to listen to him narrate something? I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? If you need call 1-800.
Why don't you do it? Then you get paid too from Netflix.
Johnny said he's always wanted to do voiceover stuff, but yet I sent him a link one time for voiceover auditions, and he won't do
fucking because I don't have a studio. I don't have a good microphone.
What's this?
Dude, our audio sucks on the regular.
Well, for your audition, Johnny, I would go above
anything that I've ever done. I don't have any experience at acting. Anyways, let's move on, fucker. Here's some news about Children of the Corn reboot. So it's finally it's done shooting in Australia. Like, they finished the film during all this COVID shit. But did y'all know that this is like a prequel? Like, this has nothing to do with was it 1984?
So, no Malachi, no nothing. All new stuff?
He might be in it, but it's where it shows how the parents fucked up the crop and they got killed. So, that's kind of interesting. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I'll probably check that out. Children of the Corn. The worst thing that movie did was fucking make cornfields scary.
You know, I think what was more disturbing were the parents. How nobody seemed to give two craps about their kids and everything. It was just definitely, and it's creepy though when kids kind of take over. I mean, kids are little. If I see a little kid, I'm going to try to boot it or something. But, you know, it
was a fucking cornfield. Fuck that. Fuck cornfields.
Yeah, the movie Signs is what got cornfields for me.
I don't know. Yeah. And I've talked about this before. I had to stop watching fucking horror movies growing up because I was out so much at nighttime, sneaking out and running the streets and through neighborhoods and through woods that I had to stop watching horror movies because I was in the dark all the time.
The woods are creepy.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
we do some fucked up shit. I know what you do, Angela, but you wouldn't have liked us as a kid. Like me.
As long as you didn't harm animals.
No, hell no. Fuck no. No, we would just go out and it wasn't nothing major, but it was just like, let's fuck off. Cops called on us and see if they can find us. They never did. Them fuckers never did. Which they probably didn't care. You know, it's just like,
no, they probably didn't.
These motherfuckers again. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like a weekly basis through the summer.
Johnny was
every other week.
Hey, Angela, Johnny was in a gang back in his teen years.
That's what
the ride along gang.
The louder. What was it? The
Polk Street gang. Are you?
Oh yeah.
The Polk Street gang.
Yeah.
Well, we grew up on Polk Street.
What colors y'all wear?
We grew up on Polk Street, and dude, we was like fucking.
Oh, y'all wore all black, right? It was all black, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I wear all black too, man.
Yeah, I fucked up one night and wore
Living
white
is
pants.
fashionable.
You
I
wore
fucked
white
up one night.
pants?
Dude, we got spotlighted. Like, cop was driving around where we knocked on the person's door a couple times and ran. So they finally called the cops, which we did on a lot. They finally moved. So we didn't do it no more.
Polk
And they
Street
were
gang done got him.
shit, man. I tell you, man, we just fucked up shit growing up.
Yeah, you're a kid.
Yeah,
A
we
kid
had fun. Plus, we live in a small town. It's boring.
Yeah.
I was about to ask Angela, have you ever chased anybody through the woods? But where you work at, I don't think there's too many woods around, are there?
Not in my district. There's not.
Huh, never mind.
Oh, man. I got one story. We went to this girl was having a birthday party, so all of us boys got in the vehicle, rode over. So I was 15, the dude driving was 16. There's a group of us, and we got squirt guns and spraying them. We was out, and cops got called. So I ran, and we hid behind this like little tree line. It was like a little bush out in the middle of a field. And this motherfucker goes and shoots off like a cat gun to cops and like spotlighted one area. So I fucking took off running. Everybody else got caught. I'm over by the interstate. I walked into a fucking electric fence.
No speed to have seen that.
It was like knee high. It was fucking low. I was walking and I heard the next thing I know it was like zoom, zoom. I'm like, oh god damn.
Was you in shorts?
Is it for cattle or something?
Pants on. Do what? I guess so. I think it was for I don't know what the fuck it was. It might have been for deer so that they wouldn't get into the area because it was like kind of wooded.
It would be
So
deer.
I had to walk back by my fucking self through neighborhoods. And I see my friend, he was riding the neighborhoods. They were looking for me. I was like, what the fuck happened? Everybody got caught. Dude. I was like, fuck. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on. From
yes. So do you want me to start talking about Cinestate?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a lot to unpack. The Daily Beast recently, it's not that recent, but
June 6th.
Yeah, but this has been going on. I saw an article a few weeks ago actually on this. But they did an article that has really stirred up and brought attention, and it's labeled "How a Right-Wing Movie Studio Enabled the Harvey Weinstein of Indie Film." I'll discuss what I think of that in a second. So this is an expose on Cinestate and Adam Donaghy. I don't know why that's hard for me to say. So
Donaghy?
No, it's Donaghy. I think that's how they pronounce it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard it here, but I didn't know if it'd just be silent G.
Yeah, I think they pronounce the G in this. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so after a Facebook post earlier this year from an actress who alleged that Adam Donaghy, we're going to call him Adam, it's a lot easier, raped her when she was 16 years old. The Dallas film producer was arrested on April 27th, and this brought a wave of other allegations. So Adam is he is a producer out in Dallas, and he's the co-founder of the Oak Cliff Film Festival, and he also helped relaunch the Texas Theater, which is a big spot out there for the film industry. So Cinestate was founded by Sonair and Presmic in 2016, and their whole goal was to be separate from Hollywood. It was a chance for people who didn't vote liberal to not be persecuted for their beliefs, and so they could get their films out and such. So that's kind of where the right wing is coming from. They also have the Rebler, which is an online movie website. You have to pay for it. They have articles and such, talk about movies and everything. So anyways, they had in 2017, Adam had joined Cinestate, and he was given production duties. So he did several movies, some of them being The Standoff at Sparrow Creek, which is good, VFW, and Satanic Panic. Now, at this point, though, in 2017, Adam had already had a reputation of sexual harassment on movie sets. Claims were strong. Back in 2013, he was from the Texas Theater. He was banned from that theater for a lot of sexual harassment there. And that only lasted for 6 months. And then they found out that he was writing at home for them and doing things. But in 2017, filmmaker Blair Rowan pressured the owner, Epstein, to do something about Donaghy. God, I can't say that name for some reason. And so legally and financial steps were taken to have him removed from the business altogether. Now, throughout all of this time with the movies and on sets, there's been a lot of accusations, not only about Adam, but about the lack of funding, a lack of safety on Cinestate sets. A number of sexual harassment cases, accusations, I should say, were brought to the attention of Sonair and Presmic, and they ignored them. They didn't bother looking into them or anything. So one thing that I was real curious about was director Chelsea Stardust, who directed Satanic Panic. Apparently, she says that she was completely unaware of Adam's behavior and his history to a few weeks ago, and that no one involved with the production expressed any concerns to her about Adam's involvement. I don't know. For something that's so well known, I was kind of surprised by that. I know that Cinestate has since cut ties with Adam since his arrest. And they also announced a series of measures to ensure on-set safety. I won't get into all of that. You guys can look up the articles for that. It doesn't feel very sincere when you hear their history. And like I said, ignoring it. And even the Sonair said that he just didn't take the allegations seriously when they were brought up to him, so he didn't bother looking into it. And the co-owner, Presmic, she isn't much better, to be quite honest. So the having this come out has brought a lot of ripples. So there's the staff and editors from other Cinestate entities. You have Fangoria Horror Magazine and film magazine Birth, Movies, and Death. This has caused problems for them. So those two entities were acquired from the Alamo Draft House, which is also then, it's all related by Cinestate. So in other words, Cinestate signs the checks for Fangoria and all of them. Initially, earlier this week, Fangoria did a joint statement with Birth, Movies, and Death, demanding actions be taken by Cinestate, Sonair, and Pesmic to ensure the safety of the workforce. However, on Wednesday, Fangoria and BMD announced, in a follow-up statement, their departure from the Cinestate band, and that new buyers are being sought for both of them. Unfortunately, it doesn't end there, and this really sucks. I know I subscribe to Fangoria, and you've had a lot of fans take to Twitter across the board on this because they're canceling their subscriptions and everything. Fangoria said they'll get out their July issue, but what's going to happen remains, unsure at the moment. So then, unfortunately, once again, it doesn't stop there, because you have Joe Bob Briggs, who announced that he no longer will be writing regular columns for Cinestate publications or their websites, which include Fangoria and Webbler. This is kind of disappointing, but Joe Bob wrote on his Twitter page that based on the revelations of Cinestate and their failure to come clean about everything and make it right, I guess I have to resign from both Fangoria and Webbler. Said on several levels, including the end of Fango's miracle comeback and the decline of the Texas-based film company. Barbara Crampton was also a contributing writer for Fangoria, and she has also stepped away. And then we have a number of podcasts that are under the Fangoria brand that band together and have also left the network. These include Post Mortem with Mick Garris, Nightmare on Film Street, The Movie Crypt with Adam Green and Joe Lynch, Casualty Friday, Nightmare University, and Blumhouse's Shockwaves podcast with Dr. Rebecca McHenry, Elric Kane, Ryan Turek, and Rob Galuzzo, which basically all the podcasts I listen to, and then some. So now this has even trickled down to something even more, which is the 4 hosts from Shockwaves had their kind of little world shaken up when women started coming forward against harassment allegations that have occurred in the past from Rob Galuzzo. So this has just been one kind of wave after another. The thing is a lot of followers have turned their backs. Some have blamed it to the cancellation culture, the backlash and everything. Then you have the Me Too movement, where all women need to be heard. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people also on Twitter and everything have been blaming right wing, and it doesn't matter what your politics are. I think women have been dealing with this from the beginning of time. And it doesn't matter who you vote for, what you believe in, what power you're in. It has just been an ongoing battle for women. Whether if it's their job is at stake, and there is, because if you speak up, we all know, you don't want to be shunned. Or in the horror community, it's a very close-knit family, and people are friends with one another, socially and on a personal level. And so you don't want to speak up because this person's friends with that person, or, and you try to encourage people and such. But I don't know. It pains me because sure, people want to turn their backs on Fangoria, but just because Cinestate signs the check, but think of all the people who worked so hard on Fangoria and the magazine, and and they have nothing to do with it. They knew nothing about this, and
they're not in the movies.
Yeah,
they're just writing articles and sticking to their magazine, which is very understandable, because it's like, well, why you're turning your back on them because Cinestate owns them, but Cinestate's just paying them. If they're just writing a check, they're not making movies at Fangoria, which they are. They are making movies.
They are. That's what the VFW and Satanic Panic came out.
But I think Cinestate attached that name to it to garner attention, just like Netflix did with Unsolved Mysteries. Definitely just say, hey, we own this, so let's put this name on it.
But the problem is too is we're at a time where it's really hot to.
Oh yeah.
You can jump forward. You can say something. You don't know if it's true or not, but we're in such a state of mind where we have to listen. We have to listen, and we have to back that person up, or else. Now, I'm not saying back up Cinestate or any of that crap, but it is hard for me to turn my back on Fangoria, and the magazine itself, that's been here. And so I understand the position. I understand that the podcast, all of them had to leave because if they stayed, either way, they're going to get backlash. Everybody's got their opinion. Hopefully, though, that Fangoria will find somebody very quickly to kind of keep this all together and keep it going. I think people are, they love the name, they love the brand, and I think and hope they'll be okay. So just have to see with that.
We talked to when Fangoria first come back. We talked to who? I forget the woman's name. Her and do what?
I'll tell you. It started with an N. I'll tell you though. Hold on.
And a guy that they had that lived in Nashville that was helping promote for them. So I got a subscription for it. I didn't get no more bigger discount than anybody else did. They had a promo code when we went to because
Rachel,
Full Moon,
a woman. I think her name was Rachel Wilson.
Yeah, and
Rachel at Cinestate.com.
Full Moon Cineplex showed the Puppet Master. And the guy was there, or it might have been a different movie, but he had a promo code. I could save like 20%. I think anybody could have saved 20% though. And I got the first year. I couldn't afford the second year because work slacking. But they cut back so bad with the car industry.
It's Bubo, Bela Bubo Lugosi. Sorry, he climbed up on my lap. My black cat.
He's really hard to see.
He is. He's so dark.
Why won't you do that for me, Tucker?
He's purring real loud. Sorry.
Tucker's over there laying on the floor just looking at me. He wants a laser pointer.
So, Angela, have you heard of anybody seeking to buy Fangoria?
Not as of yet because they, like I said, they just announced it the other day. They went on Twitter with it. There's so much there. There's so much on Twitter. I've spent the whole entire week just going through tweets and reading accusations and people's comments, which is something I normally don't do. But, it's just, it's crazy. Of course, everybody has a lot of suggestions, people want like Blumhouse, and stuff. I think they even mentioned Alamo, so people, making their suggestions. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Why this is still happening.
What's that? I'm sorry?
I don't understand why people are allowing this to still happen. If you know a guy is a predator, scream. You know what I'm saying? Let everyone know and put it out. Even if you do it anonymously on the internet, it will catch fire.
The thing is people were putting it out on movie sets and stuff. So they were going to each other. And there's video or there's audio of stuff that he said and done. It's just like any profession. It's, you talk amongst yourselves that, hey, just look out for this, just stay away. But that's always like the people in power who have the authority to do something. Either they don't want to hear it. Chances are, and I'm sorry to say, I'm overgeneralizing, but bear with me from personal experience. It's, I don't want to hear about it if it's a man, in power. They brush it under the rug. Yeah, they don't want to deal with it.
They don't want the headache. But
yeah,
if you just say, "Hey, dude, you're fucking fired.
Just
you're
ignore
gone.
it.
You're
ignore
done."
it. Stay away from that person, then instead of doing something about it. And
that's fucking great. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can replace a person. Everyone's replaceable.
But the problem is, it's not just him on sets. It's so
that's what I mean.
People doing this.
It's just like, but that's the culture of movies, the film industry, because it's been happening since the film industry started.
yeah.
A long ass time ago, you got beautiful women that these fucking guys that could never get them growing up because they didn't have any fucking personality or whatever. They got that. You know what I'm saying? So they fucking abuse their power because I got power now. I can do this. You got to do this. It's like, and
that's
it's
just it. I mean, it's like the good old boys club mentality, but then also at the same time, nobody's that important that they can't be replaced. And that is the mentality that needs to spread more.
Exactly. It just pisses me off. It's like, dude, you're making films. She don't need to fuck with you to make your fucking film.
Well, it's not even just the actresses. I mean, it's set design, it's makeup people. It's so many people on the set, and you get these lower levels, so to speak. I use that term because as opposed to like the actress, the main actress or something. And
entry level. Entry.
Thank you.
Entry level.
Entry level people who this is a big deal. They need this to start building up so they can get other movies and stuff. And they don't want to be a problem, and that's bullshit for them.
It is. I mean, and but like the culture. That was the whole issue because this guy seen that other people were doing it because he learned it from other people. He's seen, hey, I can take advantage of these situations because I see this guy doing it, I see this guy doing it, and I see all these other people fucking doing it. Because, like with the Harvey Weinstein thing, that was already known. Like, I knew this shit when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was just one of the things that was, like, low-key, like, well, this person's sleeping to get to the top.
I also think that there is just the type mentality that says, I'm entitled to do this to you.
Yeah.
That's it, period. I think it's everywhere. And it does need to stop.
It's in the music industry. It's in the film industry.
Every industry. Yeah. It's out when you walk on the street as a female.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. I don't even have to be at a job. Most women don't. It's not even about the way you look, or the way you dress or anything. It's just whatever mentality that individual person has that they feel they have a right.
And that's why I don't say anything to women. Like, I just don't say anything. Like, I see a pretty woman and I'm just like, wow, she's really pretty. But I don't tell her.
Yeah.
But
there's also a way to do it where you're not creepy, or you're not touching. Don't touch me. Don't invade my space. A lot of people think they can just come up to you and touch you. And you're like, who the fuck are you? Yeah.
Fuck that. Like, I have a hard time. Like, your hair looks really good today. Like, I wouldn't even tell someone that. But I went through a lot of training working in retail. Yeah. I went through a lot of training in retail, so it's kind of like.
Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate the compliment.
Your hair looks like shit, Jimmy. Especially that fucking whatever chin fucking.
It is disturbing that this is happening, but it's also even more disturbing that it takes these outcries for it to even garnish some attention. But I also think it depends on the person. I mean, you have somebody who's beloved, like we'll use Chris Hardwick as an example, and then his former girlfriend goes on this long rant about how she was abused by somebody who's really well known, and then like gives every descriptor about him, and he quietly goes away. Now, I'm not saying it's true or anything. I'm just saying that he quietly goes away, and it all smoothed itself over. Maybe it was BS. Maybe there was a time when he was starting out and recovering, after, because, he's been sober for X amount of years. Maybe at some point he was still in his early stages of sobriety and he wasn't the same person that he is today. You know what I mean? I mean, people do grow and change. I don't know. I'm not in their relationship, just like I'm not in anybody else's relationship or on the set. So
you bring him up, and then like Aziz Ansari, I don't know if y'all know who he is, but he's on Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Well, he had the one, gosh dang, the Netflix show. There was one season And it was so good. It was so.
I watched it too,
and I loved it. And then the girl comes out and said that he abused her, or like took advantage of her, or whatever, kind of raped her is what she kind of put it, like forced her to do sexual acts on him. Mm-hmm. But it's like he didn't. Come to find out, he really didn't. They were on a date, and he asked, well, would you want to? And, was kind of a little bit too insistent or whatever it was, but he never really did. But yet they canceled his fucking show, and he caught a bunch of backlash for it because she wants to come out there and say it. And it's just like, man, it's such a touchy subject. You got all these people out there that are actually doing it, and they deserve to be called out, but you have to be cautious on who you're calling out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I can't stand it. It just fucking sorry-ass motherfuckers taking advantage of their position.
I think what also is really difficult for us is just the horror community in general, because we're supposed to, in theory, we're kind of like the excluded group anyway.
Yeah.
At least, and growing up, we're all different, and we really didn't have the friends that were like us. At least I didn't. And we were the ones that stayed at home and watched horror movies on the weekends by ourselves, probably. Unless you were lucky enough to find somebody else who shared in all that with you, and or you went to conventions or whatever. And so, I feel like this is supposed to be a tolerant community of people that are different, all coming together for a common interest. So then when you hear it happening within the horror community, I know it's disgusting. It's disappointing, because you get a lot of people that'll preach all this stuff, and then you find out that they're one of the people. And it's.
Do you think it's because they brought in an outsider?
No. I mean, I definitely think it's here. It's in Hollywood. It's in movie making. It's everywhere. It's just disappointing when it hits your our community.
Your community.
Yeah, when you think that,
and it's just like fucking. Why can't we, as human beings, why can't we fucking move on and be better and stop, the abuse of power?
Mm-hmm.
Or
stop being fucking creepy and awkward.
Yeah, and for me,
I'm not talking just them. I'm talking other people, who have been accused along the way with this.
When I see a woman and it's like she's really attractive, I'm not going to holler at her. But in my mind, I don't think I should, or I have a right to, just tell her, "Hey, your ass looks really fucking good in them jeans right there." You know what I'm saying? Like, Like I could never do that to someone, because why would I? Like, they don't know me. Like, I'm not going to disrespect them like that. There's no point in it. What's going to come out of it? Nothing. Mm-hmm. She's not going to appreciate it because she's just minding her fucking business. There might be some people that be like,
or trying to do her job, or even a male. I mean, this can be reversed. It doesn't always have to be a female. It could be, a male who was some crazy ass bitch who's, won't let up on him too. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry, but for anybody listening, but it's true. I mean, and I've seen it where it's just that persistent. It gets creepy, and it comes from both sexes. But yes, it is predominantly men men in power, and that is more of the point with these situations. So, what should we talk about our movie? A little lighter note.
Let's move on to a lighter note. Yeah, let's move on to a lighter note.
For the movie of the week. Tonight on the movie of the week.
Where we at?
Movie of the week. Thanks a lot, Yeti. That's
It's your fault, Yeti.
Do what? No. What's she pointing at? What are you pointing at?
I said my
Humanoid.
wrist. How much time do we have to talk about humanoids?
Well,
Whatever.
we're an hour and 12 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah,
Ooh,
fucking.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
The stories that I went on through. Come on. Humanoids from the deep. Monsters.
Hence my background.
Yep.
This is a humanoid, and this is a creature. As you can see, they're very similar.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So I'll give a little synopsis. This was my movie. I picked this movie. Why did I pick this movie? Because I was scrolling through Shudder.
I'm glad you did.
And I was like, "Oh, humanoids from the deep. What is this?" And I was like, "Well, it's only 82 minutes long. That'll be good." Because it's like I don't know what it is. No one's wasting their time on 82 minutes. Like, that's a short fucking movie. You can't bitch about it. That's what I was thinking of. These people can't bitch at me for watching this movie.
Fabulous. No, it was great. 1980, nice old movie, nice early 80s.
That was the big thing is it was 1980, and I was like, ooh, I've been wanting to watch an older film. I love 80s movies. And just, okay. Scientific experiments backfire and produce horrific mutations, half man, half fish, which terrorize a small fishing village by killing the men and raping the women. Spoiler alert!
See how we tied this into Cinestate?
Oh my God, you did. That is so fucked up. I didn't even think about that. Damn. But this starred Doug McClure. Doug McClure. Y'all know, if you don't know who Doug McClure is, he's a handsome fella. Let's just say, oh fuck, was it Tony McClure? Who's off of The Simpsons? That does all the. They modeled him and someone else on The Simpsons. Troy McClure. Y'all know who I'm talking about on The Simpsons? But he's the guy that comes on TV. Troy.
Oh yes.
Him and somebody else off of two guys off of him for that one character. And I can see it. Like, this dude was in so many movies throughout his career. But, he was in each movies. He's a really good looking guy. But he was older in this one. And Ann Turkle, she was in she plays Dark in this movie, but she was in Knight Rider.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this movie really is kind of an environmentalist movie, sorta.
It's like an environmentalist. It also brings up racism. It's a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, and and the racism is, and it's racism against Native Americans because it's in Oregon. Oh man, I wish I could remember the town because it was an actual town. They filmed this in an actual town, and how am I going to start this out? So they're getting a cannery. This one company wants to bring a cannery into this town and this fishing village, but there's one Native American guy.
It's real original.
Canco. It's been 2 weeks since I watched this, so y'all have watched it more recently than I have. But Canco is coming in, and the Native American guy. Hold on. Jimmy's going to have to do
basically they want the land. So his land is where Canco wants to to build.
Yeah, his name's Johnny Eagle, but Anthony Pena, I'm not even sure. Anyways,
also been in a lot of stuff.
Yes, he has. But yeah, they want to buy his land so they can build this cannery, but the tribe that he has, he's opposing it. But Canco has done experiments on trying to make fish grow bigger and faster. Salmon is what they're gonna be canning. Which, why would you do salmon? Like canned salmon is not, but canned salmon.
Sure. I don't eat fish. It's gross. I don't know. No, I don't like fish.
You don't eat tuna?
No.
No whitefish?
No. Now at a restaurant, if I'm at a nice restaurant, I've had fish, but I don't like tasting fish, and I don't like bones. I know it's weird. I do like scallops. I like calamari.
You eat shrimp?
I do, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten funny about it. You gotta degup that stuff, depoop it. Freaks me out.
Vein it.
Oh, devein it. Yeah, sorry.
It's not the
it's poop.
Yeah, it don't bother me. I don't fucking care. I love fucking seafood. Love fish.
But the point is his river runs along it. Yeah. Johnny's River, so that's what they want.
But to can salmon, like I eat salmon patties. Jimmy hates it because he don't like the smell of it. I grew up with salmon patties. So, I mean,
my mom made them all the time with cottage cheese.
What?
Yeah. Okay, let's go on. Sorry.
No. We're getting off track here. You know, fucked up. Cottage cheese and salmon patties?
You never saw that salmon in the can she would take and make it and then fry it?
Yeah, that's what my mom does.
Then you put cottage cheese on top because it gets crispy. And cottage cheese on top.
That is a Midwest thing that I would never. Holy fucking shit! Here's what my mom. Do what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
My mom made salmon patties, but she always made gravy and biscuits with it.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, so I mean, it's totally different. I've never heard it with, but people around the world eat different things. Yeah. I can't say it because I've never had it.
Okay.
But I can make fun of you for it.
So we can bring it back to the movie. I got some trivia if y'all want to hear it.
Well, hold on a second. Did you want to go ahead?
No. Go ahead.
So the producer is Roger Corman. He felt that the movie didn't have enough sex in it, so he ordered for it to be more footage to be shot of the for sex scenes. And the director, what was her name? Barbara
Peters.
She refused to do it, so he fired her and got another director to come in and film the scenes, which pretty much got all deleted.
Well, he didn't tell her. So he added scenes. He did add scenes in, extra like rape scenes and so forth. He just didn't tell her. So she was shocked when she found out. Now, this I think was one of her last movies, but she worked with him like on shows and stuff. I think she was not the best pick for this movie, but that's something else. Joe Dante, I think, was originally they wanted him for this. To originally direct this.
Here's one more. According to the Movie News Australia magazine, after her discovery of the sexually additional footage, explicit footage, Anne Herkel was so outraged that she asked Hollywood Screen Actors Guild to try and stop Monster from being released.
Yeah. This dude wanted more sex, and if none of that footage got in there, was it 3 women or 2 that the creatures raped?
Oh, there was 3 of them, I believe, that I can think of offhand. But even at the very
is that not enough?
It's like the climactic scene before, towards the end. You see these. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the creature. So it was Rob Bottin, who created the humanoid. He's awesome. He worked on like King Kong, Piranha, The Fog, Howling, The Thing, Total Recall, Seven, all these movies he's been on. So it looks like the creature. And then you get the face, and then it's a little more rounded. So I don't know how you guys felt about the way they looked. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
One thing.
I enjoyed.
There's another trivia thing, and I'll be done with all the trivia. Apparently, there was originally supposed to be stuntmen to play the creatures, but they thought the costumes looked too stupid or ridiculous and refused to put the costumes
wouldn't play
on.
it. Yeah.
So they had to hire additional actors to play the creatures.
That's pretty cool.
But the creature from the Black Lagoon, was the brain on top?
No, I mean it like I said, it looked like this. But it was just similar. If you look at the web hands and the body and everything, but
it's totally
the head's
similar.
Completely, the head's different enough. But it's the first thing I thought of it, and it's great because I love the creature. So
they based it off of, just so everyone knows, they based it off of a frog because they took tadpoles and they grew into these fucking creatures. It's a fun movie.
But humanoids, that's what they do. I mean, supposedly, humanoids.
Rape people?
No, they're evolving. They keep evolving
and
evolving, so they're going to look like humans as they evolve. And so, that's the whole point, is they're starting to look a little more human. Especially, it'll be interesting to see is, at the end when we find out that I think it was Sarah or somebody, the one character, she was pregnant who got raped early on don't
ruin it yet.
Boom. Sorry. Boom.
Would that be on par with the chest bursting scene from Aliens?
Okay, well, just go ahead and ruin it.
Yeah.
It's 1980, man.
I said don't ruin it yet.
Yet? Oh, well.
How
I didn't say what happened.
James Horner. He composed this.
Jesus. This is why you don't need to talk. No, I'm just fucking with you.
All right, what would you say? Sorry, Angela.
No, I said James Horner composed this. He was a 2-time Oscar winner. He's done Titanic, Aliens, Avatar, Braveheart, all these movies. But he was actually killed in a plane crash that he was flying. But I don't know. What did you guys think of it? It kind of reminded me of Psycho a little bit. It was just like really jabby and.
I'm
going to be 100% honest with you.
The blood and stuff was.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, because I don't. No, it's nothing against like. I don't know, like I don't pick up on that kind of stuff. Like I hear it, but I don't know anything about anybody that does any of that.
That's okay.
But he said he scored it in only 14 days.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
His other stuff is a lot better, obviously, but it was fun.
Is this something that he just picked up real quick and he was like, make a quick buck? So
yeah, come on,
And this is early on too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, but one thing though, the special effects, it was actually really good, I thought.
Yeah, I liked them. I liked it.
Okay, did y'all find anything that was wrong with the movie that you noticed?
The creepiest boyfriend who kept demanding sex constantly, no matter what was going on. That was so creepy. I'm like, oh my God, girl, just get out of the truck with this guy.
But did you like? I'm talking about. What's the 80s? Come on. They was trying to have more sex scenes in this fucking movie. He needed it. I don't know, like, but getting off. But to have 3 rape scenes in this by humanoids, which was like fucking weird. I'm just gonna put that out there. Why would you need more? Like, there was enough nudity in this movie that
But even when
it was enough. Like, you did.
But when all the humanoids came out and started attacking at the fair or whatever it was, that's what was going on. They were still raping women all at this fair while they were killing the men.
Like, why?
Well, you know why?
But is it because they're subhuman? They don't
Because they're trying to evolve.
Yeah, true.
And that's how you evolve. It's through mating.
But
I'm just saying.
Did you notice any flaws? Did y'all see anything?
I got my nitpick of the week, but I don't want to say that yet.
Did what?
I got something for my nitpick of the weeks, but I don't want to say that yet.
Well, I'm about to spoil it. Probably where they were in the truck.
Oh, okay. I didn't get into
the girl was driving in the truck. The windshield was broke, but then the humanoid jumped on the windshield, and then broke the windshield because they used the scene after the fact. And I was just like, I could understand. I was like, oh, the windshield broke because the house blew up. So the windshield was broke. I get it, because I was questioning it. And then next thing I know, motherfuckers just breaking through the windshield. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, I know you're on a low budget.
It's just an editing
error. That's the good thing about indie film.
Continuity error.
But that's the funny thing, like, you pick up on these films. And then the back windshield was cracked all the way so that he could reach through it. I guess I'm being nitpicky like someone.
Is this Johnny's nitpick of the week?
Oh, I stole it from you. No. But so what happens in this film is the cannery comes in. They want to open this. They have a little festival and a dance. They fight. And then old Johnny Eagle invites some friends out to his house to eat fish. His house blows up. And then they go back and their dogs are dead.
No, that happens first. So
the dogs are dead.
You have the group of the cannery people that are at odds with Johnny, the Indian, and they want the land, and they don't know that the humanoids are there. Well, the humanoids rape and kill and a couple, and they also attack all the dogs. So then right away they say, oh, Johnny's dog's still alive. So it's him and his people. So that's why they go over to blow up his place. But then while he has his dinner guest over, Johnny's dinner guests and stuff, they start to get attacked by the humanoids. So now that they have proof, hey, look I didn't make this up. It wasn't me. It's these creatures. And here we go.
I think they used the humanoids good. Like, they only had 3 suits, right? But they shot. You know what I'm saying? They killed quite a few of them, and showing it. But if you only had 3 suits, that'd be pretty rough. And only one of them looked really good, like up close on camera, and the other 2 were like kind of far away shots.
Well, I will say that my very favorite kill was that annoying, lazy boy in the very beginning, the one that accidentally dumped the gasoline in the boat, and he got killed. He was the first to die.
He was reading his comic book. What's wrong with that? He can't read his comic book.
That's okay. He was just lazy and doing nothing. He was just kind of annoying, and it was kind of, I mean, you don't get to see anything from that kill, just the blood, but then the boat exploded.
The boat exploded, and
that was kind of funny too.
Speaking on that, the 3 costumes thing, one of the trivia things was that they could only shoot a couple of those suits at certain angles because they wasn't so good, like you said.
Yeah. So, like I said,
Well,
But
but
it bears
I
repeating.
no, I'm talking about though that
Susan.
they had to shoot them. Only thing I added to it was they had to shoot them at different angles. You didn't say that shit.
yes, I did. They
You
couldn't
said
shoot them up close. They could only do it in certain ways. I said this.
okay. Well, I elaborated.
You know what? For the audience at home,
Thanks for
I get
elaborating on it. Thanks for elaborating on that. We really appreciate that. This has been a long podcast. He's over there struggling. It's okay. Yeti's not here. I have no one else to pick on. But yeah. But I mean, the carnival scene at the end was really, really well done. You know, I mean, they were coming up through the boards. They were doing all kinds of shit. They were killing all kinds of people. There's gore in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, there's blood. There's boobs. I mean,
yeah.
it's a
Johnny.
1980.
Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, I interesting concept that they're while the fair is going on or the carnival that they're going to go out and basically light up the lake so they don't have a place to retreat to. Okay, fire doesn't go underwater, so I don't know.
Yeah,
doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
Hey,
but
Johnny.
the climactic end is very. I don't know if that was like a little
No.
tilt
Come on.
of the hat to Alien, but
Well, we can ruin that now.
Yeah.
Jimmy already did. So the one chick that got raped that lived, yeah, and she's gonna have a baby, and it was so quick because these developed really fast, and then just pops up through her stomach. They totally ripped it off. Yeah.
Sorry.
The humanoid just totally fucking.
I don't know where that came from.
The humanoid totally just ripped through her stomach, and it's just like, part 2 on the way. You know
it worked so well for Alien. It was such a masterpiece set. But then again, you have
That was another trivia thing. They were supposed to do a sequel in like '92 or something, but nothing ever materialized. It said, obviously.
Yeah, I could see that, and that's why they probably added that extra scene in.
I don't think. Yeah, it didn't need a sequel.
Johnny,
No, it was fun.
Would it get this? Would it get this certification?
Oh, the BGB. Yeah, I can't see it because.
Oh.
Blood, guts, and boobs. It had it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic '80s movie. Blood, guts, boobs. That's what you show in the '80s films, correct? That's just what their thing was. I guess that's what dude was trying to play off of. Like, we got to have more sex scenes because sex sells. Sex sells.
Well, it's on Shudder, so anybody can check it out who has Shudder for sure. I don't know if it's on anything else. It might be.
I don't know either.
Hey, quick plug here. If you're into movies like that and blood, guts, and boobs, get a shirt from us.
Yeah. The best films have blood, guts, and boobs. It's an homage to the '80s. But we appreciate y'all listening. As always, you can donate to our Patreon.
No, hey, you got to blow that shit up, man.
Oh, go blow up our Patreon. Angela, do you know the reason for that?
No.
Jim just said go. What was it? Instead of donate, he said go blow it up or detonate is what he said. He said go detonate our Patreon instead of donate.
Well, you can detonate it too if you want, I guess.
Yeah, hell yeah, fucking blow that shit up. Detonate that motherfucker. You can.
Thanks for sticking around too for such a long podcast where we babbled a lot.
We had a good time. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed my fucked up stories that had nothing to do with horror, but that happens sometimes. But yeah, thanks for listening. Go follow us on all of our Instagram. Jim Jam will put that in the description below. It probably won't, but
it's on the screen. They can go search it.
There you go. I'm talking about mine. Go follow me No, like it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter because I don't already.
I could do that.
But,
I could do that now. I could put everybody's Instagrams in there if they want.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you, dude. I'm fucking with you. But thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. And
keep Taurus strong and alive.
And Jim Jam.
Yeah. That's all we got, y'all.
Peace. I guess.
Later.
See ya.
Oh, he didn't end it. Oh my God.
We have had a doozy of a day.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.